Hi, look, Bootleg Kev Podcast. We got a legend. About to roll up some OG.
Yeah.
Dame Dash.
It's poppin'.
What's up, man? Appreciate you sitting down, bro.
I mean, I came through to my spot. You know?
Hey, I feel like it's a real inspiring space, too. I got to kind of just see you rehearsing with your band. Just tell me about Dame Dash Studios, where we are. You know, I saw you in there jamming out with the band. Shout out to the homie Alien, your drummer, who I've known for a long time.
Well, really, this is like a spaceship. And we like time travel, you know. And it's a place where, like, you know, anything that inspires us, we just do. You know what I mean? So it's music, movies, it's books, it's cartoons, it's education. It's, you know, I'm a television network.
Yeah.
But the programming is the things that inspire me. You know, whatever I'm feeling, I got to do. And I feel like that's the magic. You know, that's the trick. You know, that's the goal, to be able to monetize things that you would do for free. So we just hanging out.
That's everyone's goal in life, I feel like, right?
I mean,
how to make
we're not really meant to work our whole life. Or, you know, that's a slave mentality. We're meant to fucking party and have fun our whole life.
Right.
But you got to figure out, what is a healthy party? You know, what's a sustainable party?
How can you feed your family off of?
Like, why do you have to do things you don't like to feed your family?
Facts.
Why do you have to be separated from your family to feed your family? You know what I mean? Why do you have to do it in times that your family would be spending with you? Like when the sun's out.
Right.
If the sun's not out, my son sleep, my baby sleep.
Yep.
So he ain't missing nothing, he dreaming.
And that's some real shit. Like, the time you would actually want to spend with your kids is during the day, but then if you have a 9 to 5.
Well, you're behind a desk, but where's your kid? Behind a desk. 8 hours a day. It's just training him to fucking be all right with sitting behind a desk when the sun's out. When he should be in the fucking ocean looking at some water or running around in the garden or something.
You know what's crazy is I got to give you props, man, because you had that Breakfast Club interview a few years ago where you talked about ownership, and that shit really like resonated with me. So
that was my purpose. I wanted it to resonate.
Yeah, man, because, you know, like, I've done radio for so long and have worked for, you know, the iHearts, the conglomerates of the radio industry. And at the end of last year, I walked away from like terrestrial radio in a sense of working for anybody and just started my own syndicated radio show, started my own podcast. And now I'm on hella markets and all those companies like iHeart, you know, like I have a partner.
And you own it, right?
I own it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still on Real 92.3 in LA, but I'm on Real 92.3 in LA every night on my own terms.
And it promotes everything you're doing that you own.
100%. And I don't work for them. You know what I'm saying? I used to work for iHeart. You know what I mean? My checks used to say iHeart Media. And you know, I kind of feel like that interview you did, man, was a lot of inspiration for me. So I just want to give you props, man, because that's some real shit. Like, you can't really say you're a boss unless you're
really a boss.
Unless you're actually a boss. Unless you actually have employees. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you're paying somebody, unless you actually have a business, unless you're losing money to make money, unless, you know.
Unless you're taking that risk, that gamble.
Unless it's yours, you know, unless you're a founder, something that came from your brain.
Yeah.
You know, something that inspired you, yeah, that you stood behind fearlessly.
No, I've been seeing you in there jamming out with your band, bro, and kind of talk about what Blue Rock is, because I saw that's something. Obviously, for people who don't know, man, Black Rock was an incredible body of work that you put out over. What was that? 2006, 7?
Yeah.
First time I ever heard the Black Keys was on that album.
Yeah.
I feel like that album doesn't get talked about enough.
You know, probably by people that wouldn't appreciate it. You know,
right?
But those kind of things, to me, it's like drugs. You know, you don't advertise them. You just word of mouth. It's so good.
People who, it's like if you know type shit, right?
That's the way I like it.
Yeah.
For me, it's not about pop culture. It's about people that are like-minded. It's about a code and an ethic where we're speaking in a room, saying something, and no one else understands.
Right.
Because we're talking in boss, where everybody else is talking in slave.
Some real shit. Like, you could be having a conversation in a room full of 30 people and only 2 people are on the same wavelength.
It'd be rare that I'd even have that conversation and let myself be in that situation. I've actually been able to architect where I don't have to be around morons anymore.
That's a beautiful thing.
My bubble, you know.
It's a beautiful thing. I feel like too, you kind of have had a lot of a big hand in bringing the Black Keys kind of to like the forefront of like.
No. I broke the Black Keys. There's no doubt about it. No one knew who they was. They didn't even do visuals.
That's what I'm saying.
They didn't make videos. They didn't even know what it was like to actually have bread or what it looked like to spend it. I burnt them out.
And now they're one of the biggest rock groups in the world. So
yeah, but you know, my beef with them is that they never ever showed the appreciation to those artists that broke them, which was hip hop. They never
to
toured
Jim
it.
Jones, the
It
Most
shows.
Defs.
Those guys didn't even know who they were. They did it just because they trusted me. And then all of a sudden they blew up and they were like, yo, they were gone. Their ideals changed. That's how I looked at it. Pat McCartney was very disappointing to me.
Wow.
And, you know, tell him I said so.
Well, we got to give you your flowers in the rock world too, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dame Dash. We got to, because I'm a fan of that
I appreciate that.
leg of what you did, man, and what you continue to work on.
There's a Black Rock too.
That's what I'm saying. You were telling me about that.
Yeah, but those guys went missing. They didn't want to put it out. And I didn't feel like chasing them to put it out. But it has Sean Price on it, Talib Kweli, you know, Wiz Khalifa, fucking Currency, before Black and Yellow, Wiz Khalifa.
What is Blue Rock?
Blue Rock is my music division within my media empire. It's really my therapy. Like, I do music for fun. I'm a monetizer, don't get it twisted. But it's not urgent to me to monetize. It's not about when. It's like I'm building a catalog of things that will be considered vinyl for people that appreciate real music and instrumentation and just like, you know, the effort it takes. You know, it took us 2 days to set the room up just to record because it's an art. If you look at what they're doing, they're recording in different rooms, they're recording live. It's an art, you know?
Yeah.
I was watching this documentary on on Disney Plus about the Beatles, and they're doing exactly what I've been doing. I'm like, the Beatles been copying me? That's how I felt, you know?
That's fair, man. I definitely think, you know, you've laid a lot of the groundwork for a lot of the stuff that's popping right now. So, you know.
Well, I thought the biggest compliment that Kanye gave me was the original Black hipster.
The original Black hipster.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what every kid wants to be, and I guess if Kanye said it.
If Kanye said it, right? Yeah. Who we kind of look as the guy who brought wearing pink polos to hip hop and, you know, kind of normalizing like certain aspects of fashion and music. If he said it, then
he made it everything that's unnormal to be normal.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that Drink Champs interview obviously was a moment that will
for
live
hip hop for sure.
For hip hop that will live on forever.
All our interviews are. Anybody in my bloodline interview is classic.
But what Kanye said about you, essentially being the architect, being the visionary. I mean, I remember as a kid seeing you on Backstage and being like, man, that's the CEO, right? I remember you yelling at DJ Clue for wearing the Def Jam leather jacket. And just being like, man, like I fucked with that. Just that mindset that like, yo, no, we're Rockefeller. Like,
yeah, they made it easy for me to be me. You know, I like being Batman. The villains are people that are doing wrong, but a hero to those that need to be protected. Our culture. So, you know, they were a lot of fun to me, making examples. You notice I taped all that shit. You saw it because I captured it.
Yep.
I just want y'all to see that, you know, that's how I treat them sucker motherfuckers. And y'all could treat them the same way too. That's why I showed it and captured it. I wanted you to see the truth. They make you believe that there's something they're not and that you need them and you don't. And behind closed doors, certain people kiss ass and certain people make them kiss the ring. I make them kiss the ring, or I make them bend the knee. I'll break their back till they bend the knee.
And I think that is something that can be applied.
It's just self-awareness of who you are and what our culture represents.
Yeah.
We're the jewel of the universe. And the only way to control the jewel is to make the jewel think that the jewel is not the jewel. I'm not going for that dumb shit. I know I'm the jewel. I shine. And my culture shines.
I think that has kind of been the blueprint of the music industry, right? Making artists think that they need the label.
Our culture. Make us fight each other and fucking protect our oppressor like they fucking are the plug. It's a good program. You know, kudos to the enemy. But once we're aware of it, why keep letting them winning that way, knowing that it's just a mental thing? Physically, we kick ass. And mentally, too. We just have to know it.
And it takes like, I feel like finally...
It takes doing it.
Well, I feel like finally there's like a new generation of artists that...
No, the kids is listening. That's why I was investing in the first place.
Yeah.
I was like, these old motherfuckers do not listen. They're just stubborn. They're complacent. They just want to survive.
Get the next advance check.
Survive.
Never recoup.
And be depressed.
And then be like, what the fuck?
I don't consider that living.
Yeah, I feel like finally this era of artists, at least it seems like a lot of these younger kids.
Well, you see how revolutionary the times are.
Yeah,
they do, but we do have to stop glorifying us killing each other, because that's just them celebrating. That's a W every time one of us gets hurt, and it's us doing it to each other. 'Cause every time it's us doing it to each other, and then the suicide mission, the bad food we keep putting in our body. Like, how you gonna trust your oppressor to feed you? He's pissing on your food, bro. I would never let my enemy feed me. That doesn't make sense. It's not logical. I never let the person that's knocking me down give me food, religion, or anything. I'm not listening to nothing you saying, because it's only to control me. I'm aware of that. I think we all are, but everybody's pussy. That's the problem. Fear is implemented. It's a program to stop us from making our dreams come true. And most of the things we're scared of never happen until you think about it so much that you manifest it. You know, when you're sitting around thinking about shit you're scared of, that means you're not doing nothing about it. Because when you're doing shit, you ain't thinking about the past. You're thinking about what's in front of you. You know? So if you got time to reflect, that's too much time. You should be working. Too much time reflecting is sucker shit to me. That's licking your wounds. I'd rather fight. And that's what I want to be famous for, fighting. I don't want to be famous for rapping. I don't want to be famous for acting. I want to be famous for kicking some fucking ass to those that deserve it and helping people that I love. And that's what I'm going to go down in history for, an ass kicker.
Fear is definitely the one thing, right, that keeps everybody in their place. You know what I'm saying? We think of people who won't take that risk to start their own business, or we were talking about artists earlier.
Or don't even tell the truth. You know, I did an experiment last week because I was like, I don't understand how people are depressed. It's so much fun to be healthy. And I was like, there were some things that were bothering me with people that were close to me. And I said, I'm not going to talk about what's bothering me until at least they talk about it. And they didn't talk about it. And I internalized it, and I was sad a little bit every day because of that. And I was like, fuck, this is what depression is. I'm never doing that again. So I dealt with it. I articulated it in a different way. Because the only way to change a scenario is to do it different. You know, the thing about people is they be like, oh, why is it always happening this way? Because you fucking do it the same way every day.
Right.
You react the same way. You move the same. I mean, how do you expect a different result if you're not doing anything different? You know, so I decided to approach it a different way. You know, I wrote like letters and shit, and then it worked itself out. But at the end of the day, what I know is I'm never going to ever let anything that's bothering me
fester,
because that causes sadness, which causes cancer. It's not healthy to be unhappy. Laughter is key as well.
Laughter is key, man. I feel like, yeah, I mean, just being here for the last few hours, I feel like you kind of have a great environment for creatives here, for just...
It's nothing new,
It's a vibe in here, man.
This is, you know, sometimes you got to Machiavelli yourself for peace. I needed people to leave me the fuck alone so I could actually work on me and architect the environment that I could do daily, to the extent that I don't even see time. I'm like 50, and I'm like, what the fuck, how'd that happen? I don't feel 50. I'm having so much fun. It's more fun than when I was 20.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That says a lot, man.
That's why people should invest in their future. See, when I was 25, I looked at what I wanted to be doing in 25 years. I was like, I'm definitely not going to be trying to shake a fucking bottle on the stage. You know, I did that.
Right. Of course. You know, you know, I just saw you reenact the Dame Dash dance
that's
from
the only way it's happening, bro.
I just saw that. I was like, yo, you nailed it. Like, and then I just saw it on
dance. I'm not.
I know it's your shit, but I was like, yo, you'd have thought it was 99 or 2000 again.
It's my dance. If I ever can't do my own dance, that's real fucked up.
And it's as much of a dance as it's just like a moment. It's a
lot of moments, bro. If you notice, it was like the Dame Dash dance is like 30 different dances. It was every time I fucking danced in a video and it got captured. It was just, me being free.
How
that's what freedom looks like. That dance.
How was it?
You know what's really funny?
Go ahead.
When people try to do it, it looks simple, but you just can't do it.
That doesn't look simple to me.
The little kickback and all that. I'm like, it's simple to me. The little spin down to the floor.
I was the spin to the floor.
Doing this smooth is really hard.
It's like an and one mixtape move on the floor with a bottle.
I can do it anytime. I don't know.
No, you ain't got it. Obviously,
But I do it when I perform.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you were in there jamming out, and you have a band. You have a full band. You're singing. Like, I got to hear some music.
I'm a rock star.
Yeah, like is that something? I mean, obviously you're gonna monetize whatever you do, right? But like you said, music.
Doing that shit.
It's just therapeutic for you as well, right?
You know what happens is usually how it started was. Come here for a second, Hassan. Hassan was coming around and doing artistic things, and I was like, I don't give a fuck if your show's not right. It doesn't matter. So I was like, Hassan,
your live show.
Be a real artist and go get yourself a band. And he got a band. They were all right. But, I was starting to rehearse them to show them how to do it. And then I ended up firing all of them and shit. But, and it just turned into me just fucking making just as many songs. It's like a competition. Matter of fact, I'm going to let him tell you. Just say it real quick.
Okay, so what happened?
What the Blue Rock Boot Camp is and walking through it. He's been in boot camp for 3 fucking years. Go ahead, tell him.
So the Blue Rock Boot Camp is something that is...
And it's all documented. Just tell him. You ask him. Tell him. What are you required to do?
What are you required to do, man? Give us the rundown.
You're definitely gonna, if you have fear, he's gonna mirror whatever you have in you. And you're gonna have to overcome that. And it's amazing because it's like on some real like Karate Kid, Master Splinter. Like,
that's what it sounds like. Yeah. It sounds deep.
Because I realized how much anger I had, and it was so funny because there was moments where I was like, seeing that mirror, and you overcome that, and then you have love. You have no choice but to have love after that, because the fear is hatred. So we have to understand that anyone who does have fear, it has hatred, and if you have hatred, you can't have love. But yeah, so when we were doing that, and then it became like every night, it was like he'd go do a song, then he'd be like, and then I go do a song, and then we go back and forth, and it was like
it'd be like I'm calling you out.
Yeah,
because I'm 50. And I'd be like, I'm going song for song with y'all.
So performing wise,
yes.
My thing is, I'm in the street, whatever. I'm never gonna send somebody to do something I ain't gonna do myself.
That's some real shit. That's how everybody should be.
If I'm up there doing it, then you better be doing it at least as good as me,
or better,
or way better.
Yeah.
I'm 50.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? That's some real shit.
And the whole process is gonna be, every step of it, he's gonna be there, and he's gonna, if you're gonna, like he always says, you ain't gonna out hustle me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you show up and you do it, like, he's gonna be there and he's gonna be like, yo, this is, and get
hey man.
But wait, it's not only the performance. What else you gotta come with?
You gotta come with the visuals. You gotta come with the I got a whole TV show now. It's a whole Entourage, Curb Your Enthusiasm show.
Oh, wow.
You can't be performing. What happens is every a certain day, I let all the artists that I know come through when I have the band, and they gotta perform. But you can't just perform. You gotta come and bring a visual to the screen. You gotta bring an experience. You know what I mean? Like,
So I was shooting and edited every
boot
week.
Camp for real. Yeah. Hey, for real. Like, I think that's something that like we talked about earlier. Like, that might be one of the only things from the older era of music, development of artists, development of.
Let me just tell you
that
Currency's a student.
100%. Currency had that rock chain on for sure.
Wiz Khalifa, Jay Electronic.
Yep.
All of them were in DD 172. I made all of them practice. You understand what I'm saying? Styley.
Shout out to Styley.
Crit's
one of the best live performers in the world.
We did their first videos.
Yeah.
I have all their live first performances. Slaybell did their first show. Slaybells did their first show in my basement.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's all documented.
That's big.
You know what I mean? But you can't come to me and tell me you got a good record if you ain't got a good show.
Yeah, the live shows is
also I need to see your
as
merch.
Important.
I want to see basically the way. Tell them how you got in the loop in the first place.
Right. So me and his son were cool, and
Your son has a cookie company, right?
That was back in the day.
Oh, okay.
and basically
But that's the one.
there was a clothing factory that we were making. I was making merch out of.
Right.
And then I showed his son, and then it got to him, and
Wow.
yeah.
No. But how did I let you start to be creative in here?
Oh, because so I had just did a publishing deal, right? So I'm a producer also.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I don't want to email beats no more. Because I think it's disrespectful that it's like, yo, send me a pack. You know, it's like, if you respect the creative, you want
Get in the studio.
Yeah,
Let me play you some shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, man, I don't want to email beats no more. And I want to do a beat gallery. So in here, I had visuals, and each beat had a color.
That was back when I had the other side before COVID. It was a big
Yeah, it was like a huge thing.
Yeah.
And I put QR codes on the wall.
So if someone liked it, they could
scan their phone on the QR code.
David Sebastian. That's how I met David.
Shout out David Sebastian, man. That's
Yeah.
the homie. Very
And when you scan,
I knew him as an artist before singing.
Yep.
and when you scan the QR code, you got sent the stems to the beat directly to your phone with no email.
Wow.
So it was like this whole Steve Jobs presentation or whatever.
So
and
send it to him.
yeah, anyway,
So that's what happened. He did something creative that I liked, and I was
That's
like, because
fire.
you're creative and you brought people and you brought culture, you can fucking do some shit.
and I just want to add to those lists. And now Hassan, and I will be the biggest.
There he is. hey, represent St. Pete?
Yeah.
St. Pete 727, man.
Yeah, Ahmad. That's my guy.
Bro,
I
the
went to school
Bootleg Kev Podcast presented by Odd Sox.
Yeah, I went to high school with him.
Those are my boys. We were just in Miami with the Odd Sox guys, man. Yeah, shout out. Hey, man, that's a beautiful situation. Dame, I want to talk to you, man. Like, obviously, we talked about this Drink Champs interview, and you and Kanye have been locked in forever. But I feel like you've been real close to him in some rough times for him, maybe perceived by the public. At least, he's been going through a lot of personal shit with his family and stuff. But I know you've been spending a lot of time with Ye, and even just like being out in Wyoming a lot. Like, do you feel like you and Kanye have gotten closer than ever in the last couple of years? Because it feels that way.
I don't really talk about that part. He's an interesting guy, and our relationship. When he speaks on it, I'm surprised, but I don't really do that. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
It's just respect for him. Plus, I don't want to trigger him.
That's some real shit, man. That's some real shit. I wanted
offline. I could show you some cool shit.
I remember I bought the double disc, paid in full Dream Team album as a kid from the warehouse, and I threw in that Dream Team disc, and We Are the Champions was the first record on there, right? It's one of the most like iconic, underappreciated historical moments in hip hop, because that was really when we heard Ye before we knew who the fuck he was. I mean,
the thing about that was, it was the reason for his. What I will say about Kanye is he's the only one on a real level that's given me a certain kind of respect. The only one, and it doesn't matter because he's the biggest one, right? He's the only billionaire of the whole crew. It's funny, but he's the only one that's paid proper respect, and he's always been that guy. And what happened was, I had asked Just Blaze to flip that beat for me, and Just Blaze did not. And I was aggravated about it. Like, I yelled at him about it probably, because I found it disrespectful. Like, I send an order and you fucking don't prioritize it. And I asked Kanye to do it. He did it that day, that night. And, history was made. And it was just because of the respect that he gave me is the reason why it was so successful. It was the first record he got played on the radio as a rapper.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful.
I mean, I think that was the first moment we knew.
And it was the first time Queen had actually cleared a sample. They cleared it for me.
And I feel like it was the first time we heard Twista officially repping that rock.
Yeah, Twista's, he always considered him a brother, him and Raw. Those are my brothers. I remember because I was trying to do like a hostile takeover. I was taking Common Sense. I had Talib, John Legend. It was like crazy, but like Craig Coleman was giving me an issue when he was at a show, and I was like, "Yo, why you don't just let the Twista?" He was being a sucker about it. So I got on the stage and I just gave him my rock chain. It was like, "He's with us anyway. Fuck you."
Yeah, because Twista never actually signed with Rockefeller, right? It was just fam. It was family shit.
Sign to me, bro.
Right.
It's no sign. You family, you family.
So you were trying to also
Joe Buttons was signing me, and so was not signing me. Was on Rockefeller, and so was Nori. No one even talks about that.
I remember Nori being on Rockefeller.
Yeah, but Joe Buttons was too.
I didn't know Joe was.
Yeah, he doesn't talk about it.
I was I didn't
But
know.
Nori and Joe Buttons don't pass plugs for the record.
You were
Those are my niggas, but pass the plug.
during that time you were also trying to bring Common and Talib over, you were saying?
Yeah, ask him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Kanye. You know, it's a different. It's a whole. Ask Kanye, but you know, those are funny stories. You know, you gotta think. Like, you remember, I was the guy that was touring Kanye, but I was also having John Legend tour with us. Mm-hmm. So I laid that foundation. I thought he was signing with us. He didn't. I was like, that was some bullshit. But you'd be surprised how many careers I launched on the low.
I mean, we talked about the Black Keys earlier. We can't let that go unsaid. You know what I'm saying?
But I was talking about like Crit.
No. For the Big Crit, Currency.
And like a Wiz, you know, not to say I launched, because I, you know, just how many people that I was like actually advising just for free.
Just
that I wouldn't sign. That's the thing. They all wanted me to sign them. I just wouldn't. It wasn't like they didn't want to sign. I was Dame Dash. I had an art gap. My office, the funny shit was when I walked out of the music business and everyone was broke, I had like a 3-story building in Tribeca doing the illest, coolest shit. It was so funny to me. That's why I was like, oh, I would never expect my oppressor to celebrate my independence. So I'm 50 now and they still be fucking with me. I'd be like, wow, I must really be a threat. Because I haven't even come outside and they still be like, nah, you can't look like you winning. I don't care what it look like, nigga. It is what it is.
It is
can't
what
stop
it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if this is what losing looks like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Wait, hold on. Time to stop the interview because we got to talk about our good folks at Odd Socks. Man, listen, if you go to oddsocksofficial.com, that's ODDSOX official.com, use the keyword, it's a fucking promo code. Use the fucking promo code, Bootleg Kev. All right, at checkout, you'll save 20% off. They got, man, look at these SpongeBob joints. Man, the Ninja Turtle boys, you know what I'm saying? How about the Naruto guys? And then they got the new Odd Socks basics that are just like, they're just so fly, man. The tie-dye joints. They just, listen, man. Whatever you need, they got it. How about some half-baked boys? You know what I'm saying? Listen, the most comfortable socks, the most affordable socks, the best socks in the world, Odd Socks. So go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use that keyword. It's not a keyword. It's a fucking promo code. Fuck. Bootleg Kev at checkout. Save 20% off, man. Shout out to our family at Odd Socks. If you support us, go support them. Hey, you talked earlier about asking Just to flip that sample initially, right? And then
he wouldn't do it.
Kanye ended up doing it.
Me and Just always had like a snapping kind of thing.
Shout out to Just.
Always a shout out. He's my brother, but I be heating him up.
I'm just curious, like, what you know, you were there during the Blueprint sessions, like.
Nigga, I bought the beats.
That's what I was gonna ask you, like. Kanye talking about Just kind of being a copycat.
I don't get into that shit, but you know, I just know that both Just Blaze and Kanye came through hip hop, and he brought me both of their beats. The reason why I like what's going on is because really what happened with Kanye was the first record, single that came out on Rockefeller with a Kanye beat was Beanie Siegel's The Truth.
Yeah.
So you know, that was like the beginning of it all, and then he had all this beat tape. And I just brought it to Jay, and it just had this bang mega shit. You know what I mean? But it was hip hop that brought those two.
And then
same exact time. I remember, like, his hip hop's quiet, so he's not the kind of. He's like, you have to like trigger him to know what's going on with him.
Right.
And I remember just being like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like that with Rock the Mic. Like, I was like, what's the State Property Records and shit? And I was like, listen, I was like, hold on, you bug. Put this shit out. I'm gonna direct it. Put it out. You know, he's just quiet. But he's a genius. They're all geniuses.
100%, man. What was what was it like to hear Hov give you some love, you know, during his speech at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction? Obviously,
it was great for the culture.
That's the way I looked at it. It was like,
and that's the way we'll leave it.
Good for the culture.
Always good for the culture. No beef with no other black man, especially someone I used to hustle with. You know, so whatever promotes that image, I'm with it.
There it is, man. What You know what's crazy is like, I know you were behind bringing. A lot of people don't remember ODB before he passed. Dirt McGirt was on Rockefeller. Talk about like
Me and Mariah picked him up from jail.
I was gonna say, talk about that, because I feel like that's like a part of like the Rockefeller legacy we don't hear a lot of, because it kind of was at the tail end of things, like, right, like when things started to kind of get interesting. But like,
you know how high I be? It's all cloudy, bro. I forgot about a lot of that shit. So much good shit is happening in the future. You know, like I said, when you're having fun, you don't like hold on to certain things in the past and shit unless you're like trying to learn from them. And I was talking about that situation the other day with Old Dirty. I just remember when he died, his family just, you know, I went to his mom's house. All his kids was there. They just was dancing, and they were still happy through that pain. I learned so much from that. You know, I think about the good part, what you can learn from dark. I got to find the light. But it hurt me because he died on my watch. And I tried everything I could do. He was the first one I lost on my watch.
is there something like, you know, was going through something like that and watching kind of the generation of artists that I feel like we've lost more artists recently than we've lost in a very long time. It feels like
Crazy. It's like I'm normal now. It's really
you know, we just lost Dolph. Obviously, King Von last year. I mean, we could go on and on. So many people are passing. Like, is there anything you learned from just being a man in this industry and just being a man in this world, like dealing with the loss, or just dealing with, like, you're 50, right? We talk.
That shit always hurts, bro.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like,
But
you're
the
50.
problem is you just don't be surprised, but it hurts. And when you know a lot of people, everything that happens affects you. When you love a lot of people, you get a lot of hurt. And I'm a guy that likes to help people. So everyone like that I've tried to help, or people that I've tried to help, not everyone, because I help a lot of people, but the people that I've helped that have gotten killed, it hurts. You know, it hurts. I have to get therapy every time. It never doesn't affect me.
Is therapy something that obviously
Yeah, I need it.
is that something that, you know, I feel like is finally kind of starting to become less of
I've been
stigma?
doing it, but yeah, of course I made it cool. So yeah, I do Healing is Gangster. You know, our culture doesn't usually get therapy, so the study of people doesn't come from black people; it comes from white people. So when the black person finally does get therapy, he's getting the medicine that a white person needs, not a black person. Different kind of trauma. So we need to find people that speak in our tongue that can actually help us. But it is cool to have a consigliere. You know, someone that doesn't have a dog in the fight that could tell you things just based on statistics. It's a consultant for your life. You know, if you think that's weak, trying to make yourself strong, then you're just a fucking clown to me. Walking around bleeding, stitching shit up and not healing it, you're just gonna continue to bleed, you know? It's dumb. And the thing about being uncomfortable, for me, I don't like being uncomfortable. So I do anything I can not to be uncomfortable as quickly as possible. So if something's bothering me, immediately I'm trying to figure out any way I can not to be bothered anymore. But people would rather be bothered and not deal with it. I just don't logically get that. Can you give me another drink, please? You know?
If we can get two of those, that'd be. I'm on the shrooms with you. I don't have the alcohol though. They've hit too. We're chilling right now. Nah, that's some real shit. Like you said, like
She's like, I don't work for you. But on a courteous level.
I asked nicely, you know. She doesn't have to, but
she might not.
No, but
I saw it in the face. She was like, this nigga, I don't know, this thing dash.
like, who the fuck is this guy?
Basically. I said, don't get too comfy.
No, that's
what she was looking like.
She's like, yeah, who the fuck are you?
Women now, this nigga, you know?
No, but what you just said about why people wouldn't want to become unbothered if they're bothered by something is pride. I think it's really pride, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, to think that
That's a waste of time.
Yeah.
That's not pride. Pride is when you fight for something you love. When you have pride, you deal with your problems because you have so much pride that you can't look weak. I have so much pride that if I know that something is making me look weak and I got to take care of and be a lead by example, I'm going to be able to say, yo, I'm making them I'm a little weak here. Let me watch me go make myself stronger. That's why I do public therapy. Nobody's not weak. You know, experiences are new. You don't fucking deal with them for the first time the best. You know, it's not a weakness to just do something and try to be better at it or architect it before it happens. It's not weakness. And whoever thinks it, you need therapy. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get it, you know, it's called a social disorder. If you don't have accountability for your problems, they'll never be fixed.
That's some real shit. That is some real shit. With Dame Dash Studios and, you know, producing so much content, again, like we can go back to...
You want to do a TV show?
Of course.
Cool. Deal.
But
that's how easy it is when you're a boss.
I think of like...
No contracts. When you want to shoot it.
There it is.
No, the question is when you want to shoot it.
I mean, let's talk about it soon.
You talking now?
What's the TV show?
It's your show, bro.
I'd have to really think. I would want the show to be really good, you know? Like, he mentioned...
I'd ever put out a show that's not really good?
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I really got to think about it, you know?
Think about it. This was what I call an experiment. What I just did was say, let's do a show, and you thought about the reasons why it might not work.
No, I didn't. I just...
You said,
what do I want to do?
Meaning you doubted. It's those questions don't come into my mind. Your automatic thing is it got to be good. Of course it's going to be good. That's like getting in bed with a girl and doubting that you're going to have good sex.
This is true.
I don't be like, oh, I got to be good. I get it in and do what I got to do.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
So then why would you say that first?
That's fair.
So that's what I was explaining, and I was truthful. We're going to do a deal. But why do people automatically think like that? Even good people that are doing it right. It's still hard not to think about that first. And
like, what could go wrong? You think about that first, as
nothing
opposed
can go wrong. I'm a fucking Don.
Right.
I'm just going to fight.
I'm with it. But I was going to say, like, I mean, talk about what was the first movie that you produced?
I forgot, but it's been so many.
Obviously, this
Paid in Full.
Paid in Full.
Yeah. No, but actually, I feel like I did Streets is Watching.
Wasn't there one? What was the comedy? Paper Planes.
Paper Soldiers.
Paper Soldiers.
That's when I discovered Kevin Hart. That one.
Kevin Hart. I was gonna say Kevin Hart was in Paper Soldiers, right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right? Because that was before Soul Plane. That was like,
nigga, I took him off a stage and put him in his first 2-3 movies.
What was it like?
I'm used to making people famous, bro.
I mean, this is
I'm
fair.
Never surprised.
I was gonna say though,
what I
like,
look at is how people act after. That's really what I like to look at. That's my. If you notice, I like to experiment. Life is. I'm having so much fun in life that I could fucking play games and it's like surfing to me now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, okay, let me see if I can do this with my arm tied behind my back. That's how I. Thank you. With the whole world watching, the difference between me and everyone else is, I'm so confident about my fight that I televise it live, just because I know I'm gonna win. There's no doubt.
I was gonna say, like, with the content space evolving always, right?
Let me explain to you what I do.
Yeah, please.
Everything that's happening now, I was talking about it 10 years ago. I created the weapons that everyone's trying to use against me. That's why I created the weapons. So when they try to fight me, I'm the one that fucking invented them. Can't beat me now. I started everything y'all doing. Too funny to me. That was also an experiment.
Are you, with the NFT shit, the metaverse, is so much.
You already know what it is. What your world means digitally is going to mean more than what your world means in the physical. So think about if you show up to a fucking fashion show in a fucking, in the digital, what do you call that? When you become
meta.
What you call it? What do you call those? No, a fucking
runway.
No, anyway, what I'm saying is when you come in as a, when they turn you into I know the name, I'm just a little drunk, but when they turn you into an avatar.
Avatar, yep.
When you're an avatar, number one, what you're wearing as an avatar is going to be judged. Your sneakers, your clothes, your car, where you live digitally, everything that you have digitally is going to mean just as much.
It's inevitable, but at the same time,
it's happening, bro. So
no, it's happening. So there's no point in like fighting it. But at the same time,
why would you fight it? There's so much freedom in the new world.
Do you think it's a good thing though?
Every opportunity to get more money
is a good thing.
Is a great thing if it doesn't hurt anybody.
Do you think
It's
if
a good platform for artists, NFTs and
For sure.
blockchains and the way to track it, all that shit is great. The way you resell it, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
I feel like
you can
we're
make
gonna
up your own money.
Oh, it's crazy.
I've been saying the dollar means shit because it does no gold to back it, and people caught on.
They keep printing money. It's like there used to be the gold standard.
Everybody you can make your own coin and put an evaluation on it, but you just have to have people buy into it.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
You know, I could create a coin in the physical, and you can't get into this spot unless you have it. You know?
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I feel like we're gonna end up like Ready Player One. You saw Ready Player One, the movie, the Steven Spielberg movie. It was a few years ago. But
Steven Spielberg made E.T., right?
Yes.
So yeah, you better watch what he fucking makes.
It's crazy though. I just don't know if it's a good thing if we're all gonna be like.
That's fear. Everything is a good thing.
People, just
no such thing.
Motherfuckers ain't going outside no more.
Let me just say something.
They're gonna go outside in the metaverse.
Listen to me, bro. Listen to me. In this world, in this universe, in this existence, in any vibration, there's a yin and a yang. There's just as much negative as positive. It's just how you perceive it. Everything has a negative. There's a negative in everything. There's a positive in everything. It's just some people focus only on the negative. That's called fear. You're leading with it.
That's fair.
It's the truth. If you lead with negative, then you're fucked. You lost. Everything is positive. Even when something bad happens, it must have happened for a reason, a good reason. It just for me to find it. I'm not
it's about how you approach.
Why would I pay attention to the negative or the fear? I can't control none of that shit. All I can control, it's just like being worried about who's the fucking president. I don't care who's the president. I'm getting money.
We all getting money. Yeah, I tell that shit to people all the time.
So I don't care what metaverse, universe, whatever. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. I don't care.
No, that's some real shit.
So why fear that?
If it's coming, why fear it? Embrace it.
Pause.
Monetize it.
Oh, God, that was crazy.
Big pause. Big pause. Big pause alerts. Big pause alerts.
I got an interview on that one. I'm not
shit. Oh, shit. Hey, somebody I want to talk to you about who I feel like is someone else who I just feel like doesn't get enough flowers as far as being one of the greatest of all time is Beanie, man. Like we talked about The Truth earlier. I think Beanie Siegel's like first 4 albums are just, I mean, man, Beans is, you know, obviously, like I said, I don't think he's appreciated enough as an all-time great in this rap game. Like, what was it like early Beanie Siegel prior to The Truth dropping days? Like,
it's a lot of going to court. That's why I called them state property. Niggas always had cases, man. It's challenging. You know, when you love people that are in challenging situations, you know, you still have to be there for them, regardless of whether it makes you uncomfortable or not. There's a lot of things that were going on that made me uncomfortable, but I still dealt with it. You know, you don't leave the street to go back to the street. You know what I mean? So it's just like it was my responsibility. I signed on to that, and I dealt with it, and I protected everybody that was with me. But everyone that is with me is legendary to me. So you know,
that's fair.
It's not about being appreciated. It's like a matter of when. This might not be his time to be appreciated, but he will at some point.
You're 50 years old. You've lived an amazing life. What would be 1 or 2 lessons that you would just want everyone to hear, like that you had that you lived for them? Like essentially, kind of give me. You know, we talked about health. We talked about fear. We talked about, you know, but what are the life lessons that you feel like you could offer the world that you live for them? You know what I'm saying? At this point in your life,
worship women. That'll get you. That's the best advice. The creator of life should be worshipped. That's God, right? That's women. I think that women should be looked at like they're gods. I don't know why dudes want to be around dudes all day. I don't get that. But women create life. They nurture. You know, they don't lead with muscle. They lead with emotion and brain. They have no choice. They have estrogen while we make testosterone. Why be around a bunch of testosterone and you got enough? I got enough nuts, pause, for me. I don't need any other nuts around me, pause. You know what I mean?
It makes sense to me.
It's logical. I don't get it. I'd be like, why the fuck would anybody want to roll with 10 niggas if they could roll with 10 beautiful? And I'm not talking about aesthetically. I'm just talking about, you know.
Yeah.
Women are just fucking dope. I love women, man. I don't understand. I'm like obsessed. I love women.
The last thing, man, because I know you gotta get to what you gotta do tonight, but
you don't deserve a good woman unless you're a good man. You don't deserve a queen unless you're a king. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna get a bad chick and you're a bum ass nigga. If you go in Dutch, you're a bum ass nigga.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
If you go in Dutch, to me, you're a bum ass nigga. If you're letting your girl pay for anything, a girl you really care for, a gentleman just doesn't do that. You know what I mean? I don't care.
So essentially, because I don't
Our
know.
job is to make it where a woman can do whatever she wants. She could raise a child without any stress. Support it. To create life. What else would a man want to do but make that environment for any woman that they care for? If you're not a man that makes your woman's dream come true, then you're not her man. The person that makes your woman's dreams come true, that's going to be her man. And I'm the dream maker.
A bar. A bar.
It's truth, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Of course, people can support, man. You know, obviously, Dame Dash Studios. You got the clothing. I know you just had the Black Friday sale.
Well, you know, I'm launching a high-end designer line. You see those pictures on the wall?
Oh, I see him. Yeah,
I made that. And I'm going to launch it. The way I'm launching my clothing line is with a movie. So all that you see is the clothing line.
The storyline. I see the storyboards.
And then it's going to be a movie, and then it's going to be the clothes.
And that's how you're going to launch the clothing line.
Yeah. How else?
Obviously, you've already done it once with Rockaware, right?
And State Property.
And State Property.
And
People
Rachel
forget.
Roy.
Shout out to State Property. I remember being in junior high and going to Burlington Coat Factory and copping that State Property shit for real.
Oh, you was copping at half price.
At Burlington, I definitely was. Well, you know, I was poor, so we were at Ross and Burlington.
Hey, you
so that
gotta
was
explain it to me. I just was telling you.
Yo, I was curious.
It's okay. It's okay.
How do clothes end up at Burlington Coat Factory?
That's the whole model, bro. That's the whole model.
Just half price.
Well, all right, let me break it down. I was breaking it down to Devin the other day. So, Ralph Lauren, right? He creates a lifestyle. You know, with all that other shit he does. Purple label, blah, blah, blah. He don't make no money from that.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said.
Ralph Lauren.
Ralph. Okay, yeah.
His real name is Ralph Lipschitz. Should I call him Ralph Lipschitz?
Call him Ralph Lipschitz.
So, Ralph Lipschitz. This Lipschitz guy, right? So, what he does is he creates this lifestyle, right? And because he creates a lifestyle, a polo shirt costs $5 to make. But the logo, just because that logo's on it, you could charge $100. JCPenney's or any other brand would have to charge $15, right? That means wholesalers at $7, retailers at $15, half price it's at $7, right? He puts it on there for $100. The half price is $50, and you think you're getting a deal,
But he's still up
and he's still up
on the margins.
So he makes all his money at the outlets and at off price. The problem with that business is you have to do like $100 million and make $3 million. So you have to have like 4 or 5 companies that you're just pimping out that make $3 million a piece. So at Rachel Roy, I was making $3 million a year from being a $100 million company in fucking Macy's. The margins was doo-doo, you know? So that's called the schmata business.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously.
It's all off price. To be in like a regular store is just marketing so that you could sell it at Burlington and all those off price. That's the whole game.
There it is. That makes sense.
If you could follow me, then it's a jewel I just dropped. You could wear it, or I could take it back, put it on and shine. You know what I mean? But I do drop jewels.
There it is. So look, you're saying the clothing line is there going to be? When is that going to launch?
When the movie comes out, probably like March. I'm gonna try to catch a next fashion week or whatever. I don't know. I'm not on the schedule. You know, I don't know what day it is or what time it is. I'm just fucking having fun.
Just having fun, man.
Yeah, that's how we live, bro. We rock stars.
I love it, man. Hey,
The thing about a rock star is there's no fear with it. You just don't give a fuck. And it's crazy when I see people that project this rock star image and then they're just scared all day. And not scared about violence, but scared about what people think. The minute you're worried about what people think, you've lost your rock star. Don't ever lose your rock star, bro. Don't give a fuck. Go like this. That's don't give a fuck repellent. I spray it on every day.
You spray it. You should bottle that up and sell it, Dame.
No one would buy it.
I'd buy it. I know a lot of people that buy that shit, to be honest. There it is.
No fear for you.
We out here.
Now you're not scared of nothing. You don't care about what nobody thinks.
There it is.
Rockstar.
I wanted to ask you. I don't know if you're comfortable talking about it on camera, but obviously,
also fresh is contagious too. Now you're gonna be fresh.
Thank you.
Get him a CEO package. He wanted the cop. Get that man right.
I need the shorts. That's what I was saying. I want to buy a pair of shorts.
He said I would give it to him, but he wants to support.
Nah, yeah,
I
I'll
respect
support
that.
Yeah,
I'm not going to stop him from doing it.
Cash out a pair of those shorts. Those shorts are fire.
You let him. But I would give them to him for free, but I respect.
No, I would like to support, man. We got to support, man. Come on, man. Nah, earlier we had some chocolates, some magic chocolates earlier. I don't know if can we talk about those on the podcast? I just wanted to know, like,
I prefer not to till it's legal.
Fair enough. All right, we'll leave that conversation where it is.
But we booming.
We are booming, and psychedelics are the future, ladies and gentlemen. I would just like to point that out.
And the present.
And the present, literally the present, for both of us at the moment.
And, enjoy the present.
Do you ever think? You know what I'm really thinking about doing, Dame, is I'm thinking about going to Costa Rica and doing the ayahuasca shit. Have you heard of that? I mean,
yeah. I just don't want no dude watching me while I'm too fucking high, throwing up and shit. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, like you might throw up, you might shit yourself, and then there's just some random.
I'm not doing nothing with
there's just some random shaman that you're just supposed to trust, right?
It's either man.
You're the most vulnerable moment of your life, and there's just some guy.
Shot woman.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not doing it. That's the reason, because girls be like, you should do it. I'd be like, nah, I ain't letting no nigga see me high and all crying and shit.
Yeah, if I shit my pants in the middle of the jungle.
That don't look like something you want to. Guys want to see you, girls want to see you at that moment. But I think I just don't think my brain is crazy, because when I do things like that, my challenge, to me, the fun part of it is acting normal. So most people never know when I'm high. I'm high all the time.
How did you invent pause?
Did you invent pause?
Yes.
Wait a minute. I did not know this.
I'm the inventor.
So you were the inventor of pause?
My crew, the best out, we invented pause for sure. There's nobody could ever say that I didn't. No, that's all us. That came from my block. Period. My crew, best out.
What year was this? How far are we going back?
I don't remember years.
When did are we going to like 80? Obviously the 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. No, nigga.
No.
Bugging. That's when you found out about it. Yeah. It was a secret society of no one knew about pause for like 20 years, bro. And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, shit. It'd be kids saying it. I'd be like, I invented that. They'd be like, you tell me the rules. I'd be like, that's
My
funny.
son hits me with the pause at least once a week.
Yeah. And also, I made up the term fresh to death. No, I ain't gonna say that.
Listen.
I pop tags. I made that one up.
Okay,
I'm the one that named Hova. I made that up.
What was the inspiration for the Hova?
It's Jehovah. It was like,
But pause. We gotta get back to the pause, because this is more
Don't
iconic.
get me canceled out here, bro.
I understand that it's probably not the most.
You know what I'm saying? It's not meant to be offensive. It's always been a personal joke with my friends, and now the whole world does it. It's like, fuck, I can't even have a fucking personal joke.
And now everyone
like,
says
literally,
pause.
people would ask me. I'd be like, I would never tell them what it meant ever. I'd be like, you have to figure it out. But no one knew what it meant.
Because if you say what it means,
all right, think about this. Just show a fucking clip of me in the history of any part of the world at any time that I didn't say pause.
Were you saying pause?
Bro, you don't understand. In Harlem, it don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter what you doing. If you slip, niggas are laughing hard. If I do some dumb shit, it's like Instagram. Because I'm so like,
Yeah.
So you catch me slipping, it's a celebration. Like, I don't even think I lost a snap fight in like 100 years. You know what I'm saying?
Can you remember one of the more funniest like moments in Pause history?
Yeah, the one with you just now. That
Oh,
was
that's
one of the funniest ones.
Because I feel like
in
maybe
history.
you have like a like maybe you're hanging out with Bun B and Pimp C in 1998 and they don't know what it means.
You actually killed it. You got it. You won. You won.
Like you,
That-
if
somebody
you,
say, yo, what's the? I'm gonna say the time is the.
like if you told Pimp C Pause in '99, you gotta explain it to him.
You.
Okay,
Now when Pimp C, I wouldn't even correct him. He was like a G.
that's what I'm saying. Like
I would just listen to him, but he never would do no shit like that. I probably would say Pause though, but the one time I got to really hang out with him was at Big Pimpin', and we hung out, me, him, and hip hop.
I feel like there was
Me
a
and him and hip
UGK
hop.
song called "Coming Out Hard" that was just a pausable song title in general, right?
The whole conversation is a pause, so let's go to another one. You know what I'm saying? Swung to red.
I feel like that's the name of a UGK song. "Coming Out Hard." I think that could be Pause, right? Yeah.
I'm out of this conversation.
Hey, Dame, man. Obviously, people can support what you're doing.
Dame Dash Studios. The app is ill. You can check my shit on Fox Soul, Dame Dash Takeover. I'm a television network movie. There's Dame Dash Distribution. All our shit is on Tubi. I got new movies out that I didn't make, like Once Upon a Time in Philly and Social Dilemma. Go to Tubi, but you can see Honor Up, all that shit. The block is hot, it's clicking. If your work is good, come fuck with me. I'm a fucking full service movie studio. What Weinstein was, I am. I'm the new guy.
Pause.
Why?
Weinstein. Me too. No.
You gotta say no, me too.
No, me too. No, me too.
Yeah.
No, me too. No, me
You
too.
gotta get his gate. He's all fucked up now. 'Cause he made history.
What
so he's
Weinstein
like,
was, I
how
am
am
now. I'm
gonna
like, whoa,
recover?
wait a minute. You gotta add some context to that, buddy. Shit. They
Yo, you know what's gonna be funny when he go back and boys gonna be like, nah, you fucked up on that one. They gonna be heating him up for a while for that one. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'd like to think I've been saying Pause a long time. 20,
Not that
20
time.
years.
You said not that. That was the one time you should have said it.
Weinstein.
If you've been playing it for 20 years, you should have not said that shit you
That's
said.
fair enough. That's fair
Now
enough.
that I know that you play the game, oh, it's even funnier. Oh, God.
Well, I appreciate you, Dame. Thank you for sitting
Thank you.
down, man.
I thank you for coming through the environment, kicking in. Hope y'all get some B-roll.
Yeah.
And then I said it on TV. You gave me your word, so we doing TV show.
We're going to do it,
But
man.
when we going to do it? Pause.
ASAP. Tomorrow. Let's meet. Let's figure it out, man.
Now we can meet tomorrow.
And we both bosses. We both on all our shit, man. Let's come
It's all
together.
good. Come tomorrow during the day, and we could, you know. I don't want everybody to know what time we're going to be here.
Don't blow it up, bruh.
You know, we're on camera. We're like, you know. All right, cool.
Hey, man. Shout out to my guy.
You know what's going on now.
I appreciate you,
Come on,
man.
Ali. Get in the camera.
Yeah, shout out to my guy. Yo,
Hey, you're in this Hulk.
yeah, get in here real quick. Sit down and plug your TikTok and your drum shit. And
Yeah.
this is one of the most legendary drummers in the fucking
Do me a
game.
favor, ask him why he don't got an Instagram.
All right.
Yeah, talk about first of all, you have a Trojan Magnum tattoo. Listen, this guy's got a Magnum condom tattoo on his hand for life.
Pause.
That's possible.
Yeah. So yeah, that's already. I'm already a troll anyway.
Yeah, tag your shit, man.
Well, I have no Instagram.
So why not?
I have no Instagram because I put up a post about a lady in Africa who found out, her husband was gay and put, what is it, super glue in the KY jelly.
You want to post that?
Wait.
Yeah.
So they deleted your Instagram because of that?
Way too much Atlanta.
That's what was my question, because it wasn't like a thing. I didn't show what happened. I just showed the news clip from,
And that really happened.
and it happened in Africa.
Oh.
It happened in
It
Africa.
wasn't news for nobody. You know.
It was news in Africa.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it
How you
is.
find that in Africa, nigga? You out here.
I follow some weird sites on IG,
I bet you do.
but I took the video off of IG though.
Pause on the whole shit for this guy.
Pause. Go follow my guy. Yo.
Go follow me.
Okay, where can they follow you at? TikTok?
Alien War TikTok. Alien War TikTok on deck.
There it is. My guy. There he is.